Okay, Mondays are kind of my admin day, meeting day that I try to sync up and be super, or as structured as I can. This morning particularly, particularly right now, I'm putting out kind of an apology video over the weekend. It was insane sales over the weekend, and basically almost doubled from the previous week, which meant we ran out of a lot of stuff. We weren't staffed perfectly, and we made a lot of mistakes. So we've been fixing them. That's kind of top priority as this week's starting, fixing them, getting back to all the customers, responding to all the reviews, looking at all the DMs. I'm literally putting out a video of like, thank you for your support, personally DM me your feedback. I'm putting that on the Thirst page. So I'm doing that. And then Mondays I usually I've been here for a couple hours already. I usually just schedule out meetings with each of the managers, pretty much just book out the whole day, or at least try to, and then I'll sneak in like little admin tasks and putting out fires in between. But we are about to go into the meeting of the plan to get the underground kitchen functional and profitable and bring in revenue, because at this point, last week was kind of our launch week with the kitchen and we completely underestimated it. We need to go completely back to the drawing board. I made kind of a whole new business playbook for this specific model because we've never done this before. We're always doing the drive-through. So I'm gonna go through that with a couple of the managers. I'm gonna divvy out all the tasks. I'm gonna go hit all these other meetings and just basically follow up with each of the managers, what they're responsible for, and see how they did. Basically, game plan is go back to the drawing board of making a playbook or business plan for this specific place, and then divvying it out of all the responsibilities and things we need to get done, divvying it out between me, you, and Ryan, and just going from there. But this week, I want to put everything all together, hire all the people, put all the checklists in, make this the last week of that. Okay. So I feel like there's two things, like emergency, get things done for the next couple nights, and then make this plan and execute it every week. Company playbook is like the business plan of this store, would be like the outline of how the store is run, would be the same thing over here. So you're gonna go through, look at all this stuff, and see if you need to add anything to the inventory sheet, and just write it underneath below. While you do that, I'm gonna draw out a plan for all the stuff that we have in inventory and where we should store it. Okay, so it is my top priority this week to turn this place into a business. So I am making lots of lists, I'm having lots of meetings, trying to divvy out and get things done here, because if we don't get this one figured out, the stores are really going to suffer now, but they're really going to suffer starting next Saturday, because that's when West Jordan opens. So it's kind of a race to get that done until we got to go to the next thing.
Gotcha.
I'm actually going to walk around in the drawers, if that's cool. Portable bars, just have these roll up in the corner. Fountain unit, syrup crates. Between those two there, I'll have the mugs still. I'm going to put the tables right there. So this is 1, 2, 5 sheets. Yeah. We'll just swap those two strips items. 6, 8, 9, 10. I'm going to reuse these platforms. Those all tucked in there. Sheet pans, half pans, and then we're gonna basically create a new layout. Okay. But the first kind of step is we're gonna move catering against the wall. So, okay. Wonderful.
Okay, a few things that are not in the meeting outline that I want to push before I forget about them. First, marketing update. Wrote it out this morning. Wanted to wait so I can include all of the new habits. I said thank you for working this weekend. It was crazy busy. Blah blah. Blah. I said we did get an overwhelming amount of feedback about doughy pretzel lines and incorrect drinks from both shops. I know it was super busy, but I just wanted to let you all know so we can continue to improve. I didn't say screw you for doing that because it was super busy.
Yeah.
Okay.
I also made this video this morning. Thirsty Nation, happy Monday. Thank you so much. About the best ups. I'm gonna post it.
Can I see it? I feel like there weren't as many mess ups as we think. We just heard the ones that were.
Yeah, it was more thank you so much. And if you have any feedback, shoot me personally a DM for some authenticity. Does that work?
Yeah, I just didn't want it to be like, we know we screwed up, because most people had a great experience.
Yep.
Legend of Common History. Nico's done a lot. I haven't seen anyone else.
Gucci. In between meetings on Mondays, I try to go after any of my immediate admin work or immediate fires to put out. So I just keep a running list in my notes of all the stuff that I'm trying to get done and clearing it off, putting it back in. So, okay, I put a message out to the Thirsty Nation about feedback. I'm gonna go put that on a story really quick. So, I, up until this point, pretty much done a lot of the bookkeeping and payroll and sales tax filing, a lot of this stuff. I hired a bookkeeper for a while and it wasn't going really seamless. It was like a third-party bookkeeper. So I just brought a bookkeeper on my team and I hired a contracted CFO from a place called Now CFO to kind of train them exactly on how to do journal entries and coding expenses for all the different lines of revenue, aka stores, for me, and to keep track of things a lot closer. So yeah, that's what I'm working on. So I spend a lot of the time on it now, but I'm trying to transition that over to being less and less like me on everything. Now I am adding a couple items to our order guide that we're adding on with the new menu: frozen strawberries, frozen mangoes. We get those from I'm trying to get everything from a supplier. We don't want to make any emergency runs at all. Frozen mangoes and frozen strawberries. Hey guys, can we get frozen bags of mangoes and frozen bags of strawberries added on to our order guides for all locations? Thank you. And then they'll add it onto the order sheet and we'll be good to go. And then to finish that task out, I will text my 2 store managers and say, hello, can you guys please add frozen mangoes and frozen strawberries to your thirst inventory sheets. Next, I usually have like a red alerts thing at the top of all the different things. So fix the paychecks. I need to do one more, which is find this kid named Jared's, if I can. Sometimes people will be like, there was no check for me. Let's see, but for Jared, there wasn't. He was right, so I missed him somehow. App.join home base, so I need to go look up how much we need to pay him. Run that through payroll really quick. Alright, so basically it was a crap show over the weekend as far as getting production to the stores, mostly because we had no plan, no infrastructure, no people. So I'm using a system called Trainual throughout the whole company to train, give info, do orientations. I'm gonna build the same thing for the production kitchen, Thirst Underground. And first I'm gonna just build a playbook, AKA an orientation. This will be the first thing that each person that we hire goes through. It shows them basically an outline of what we do, what the purpose of this place is, how does it work? So how do we do that thing that we just said we're gonna do? When and what are the shifts that we have? What are the shifts that we have people working here? What's the menu of what we serve? What's the company structure? Who's in charge? Who reports to them? How does that work? Processes. What do you do when you come in? Like, what do you do right when you come in? Do you start a checklist to clock in?
There's that one
Checklist with exact, clean the lower shelf of the prep table. Submit picture of the prep table. We use a system to do exact checklists, and that's what I'm gonna put in here in the orientation, what those are. When and who does things like take out the trash, regular maintenance, training processes, how they're gonna be trained on how to do this stuff. How do we communicate? What are the means of communication? Inventory systems, who does inventory, when, and where's it all held? How does it work? Communication schedule, who meets with who, when, basically team meetings, manager meeting with the lower level employees. What's the communication in the company throughout the personnel? And then basically the last thing is position agreement. So you look at the playbook that I just built, and then and the company structure, and then we make a position agreement for each of the different positions, and then outline what they're responsible for in order to make the thing that we just outlined run. So that's the way I like to do it, is make position agreements with exact responsibilities after I've kind of made the system. And that's gonna be my plan here, because I'm starting from no structure at all. Write it out of exactly what I want to be in my playbook, write out position agreements, and basically hire the people and put it all into place. So that's what I'm doing in Training Wolf right now. Okay, Julie. You're going to get food after this?
Yeah, but we'll be back. We're also going to get Ian.
Okay. I'll give you the rundown of where the next move goes.
Okay.
So this will be essentially the setup. So all the catering's gonna go here. And so the next would be moving this black shelf all the way up to the ice machine.
Okay.
As you can see, black shelf goes to the ice machine.
Okay.
We gotta get this clean, and we're gonna get these to go just set back against the wall. 1, 2, 3 units. And then in between them, let's make a platform. It's probably like 2 deep. So we're gonna take this stuff off, move it into the space between the rack and these, and stack up all the coolers that we have in these. So we can basically get rid of this.
Perfect.
But get those done, keep the trash and sweep that one. This is right here. Sound good? Okay.
Does that have like a reminder function? I'm holding this like expo next to me.
Okay. Sorry about that.
Huge Instagram page,
Like, we're excited to announce we're starting a separate page for our catering. To kick it off and get you guys to go check it out, we're offering a $100 gift card. You can follow both accounts and tax cents. That's it. Boom. Done today, tonight. Post about the expo
Thursday or something like that.
tomorrow, or in 2 days, or in 3 days. Just about the expo. Is there? You don't enter on the post, right?
Yeah. You enter by coming.
You don't like how?
I liked the way we did it last year, entering on that post, because then it incentivized people to go in the first place. I feel like it like reminded them to go in the first place because they already kind of like entered. It's like they already kind of like had a shot at like being in a good way.
Yeah, but they can do. I think they want the separate one first, like just the $100 gift card one.
That doesn't seem like I guess it's promoting our business.
Yeah.
I just
We
didn't
should
know
do
if
that
that
regardless.
seemed like.
See you guys later. Well, Mill Creek. Next time, hopefully, you guys are here. This will look beautiful, set up, labeled, clean, and never like it does right now again. All right, we are looking at a little trip up to the Mill Creek store from the kitchen / our office. meetings all morning. Like I said, Mondays, I pretty much try to book it out like 8 a.m. to at least 8 or 9 p.m. Just with each of the different managers, and I'll specifically focus with them on what needs to get done and what's going on and performances from the last week. And then we make a game plan for the following week and divvy out any responsibilities. And then ideally later in my week, I can be more doing actions and completing the lists. But Monday, I try to kind of put in the groundwork, meet with everyone, communicate as best I can. But I'm taking a quick break because manager meeting at Mill Creek. I'm still going to, I like to go to these as much as I can. Each store has a meeting where all the floor managers, the general manager, the assistant manager, they all just meet and go over like logistics of the store. Because we have so much going on right now, especially, I want to be up there and give my input. But I try to save a lot of my comments kind of for the end, as to let the general managers do their thing and run the meeting, and then I'll just put any insights I have in the end. So that's where we're headed. This is the Mill Creek store. This is a really busy store. It used to be an iconic place in Mill Creek, an old burger shop that everyone in the community loved. Now we've taken it over, and seems like that same hype and like home-loving community has grasped it to our business as well. And so 2-lane drive-through going all the way around. It always beats the other stores in revenue. And it's really good. Gotta take this.
The other day, like I threw away a few, half the box and most of the box, so I'll adjust those tars. Let me write this down.
A couple things. First is review from the weekend. First off, I take full responsibility for a lot of the mess ups because of the production kitchen performance, and that's the core of where everything starts. And so, sorry about that. That's my top priority, getting that to be streamlined and really, really good so we can count on it every week. And it's not even part of the equation. It's only making things better. That's the whole purpose of it anyways. However, that just goes along with number 2, which is we have a huge quality and consistency problem at this store. We gave out like 100 doughy pretzel wines. And it was on an afternoon, and I don't know very specifics. I don't really care. But this week, all of your top priorities is quality control on products. Getting something out of the window, top priority over its quality, is not okay. And I know that happened with pretzel wines. Get them out of the oven because they have to go out the window. Not okay. Not okay, because that's a way worse review than someone that had to wait a really long time, but the product was amazing. And usually that can change their mind, especially if it's paired with what we're trying to do with it being such amazing experience, customer service. So seriously, this week, and it's already on your 50 points, you have to watch everything that goes out the window. No beignets. Even if there is a huge line and we don't have any beignets proofed, we do not send out small, rock hard, burnt beignets. Don't do that. Do not let anything go out. Only other thing is the menu changes. Combos rolling out. Still, it's been actually more difficult than we thought to build those into our POS the way we want them. So you'll probably see them in the POS. They're definitely not live online, or at least they shouldn't be. So no one should be ordering them, but just kind of wait for that to come. We'll put out sufficient training on how to use them. I'll do a more in-depth video for you guys, but I'm planning on them being the main focus as soon as we can get them ready. That in parallel, the new menu prints are coming so that everything will be in sync at the same time.
Hey, thank you guys for your hard work. You're all amazing.
Quality control this week.
Quality control.
All right, February 22nd, 2021, weekly update. It's been a race, it seems like, over the last week. Everything is leading up to a couple big events, which is our West Jordan store opening, our production kitchen being fully open, and I have the normal busyness and hustle of the catering of the 2 stores of my whole company. And so it's been a heck of a balance. More than anything, I'm trying to organize and separate and make game plans for specific goals and tasks. I'm not gonna lie, it's caused me a ton of anxiety over the last couple weeks, and I'm learning to deal with it, honestly, more than I have
in the past. I think probably because I've been continuing to bite off bigger and bigger pieces to then dissect and, you know, create. But I think I've said it before, I think that my strength is being able to have a lot of things to do, but be able to break them down and make a game plan for each one of them. Now I'm putting my actions where my mouth is and actually getting that done, because not this Saturday, but next Saturday is our West Jordan store grand opening party, and then the following Monday will be full-time open. The next 2 weeks are going to be crazy busy at the stores. As you can see right now, there's double lanes going around. So it's a race right now. And all of that, these stores that are really busy, plus the West Jordan, it's all fed by our production kitchen, which needs to be my top priority right now. So I'm making that happen as much as I can. So that's gonna be the hustle for the rest of the night, is a few more meetings, but just totally going all in on operations, setting things up, doing hiring, creating checklists, like grunt work to get my production kitchen open. And the only other thing I'm working on is I also just hired 2 new general managers for each of my brick and mortar stores, so Mill Creek and downtown. And I am each night having a meeting with them regarding a separate topic about the position, and then they're both starting full-time a week from today, actually. So training them at the same time, two of my top positions, opening all these stores. It's been a race, it's been a little anxious, and my top priority is to get this kitchen open, make a game plan for each of the little individual things.
Hi. All right, so we are at the restaurant supply store. I think I find myself here like every day, it seems like. If not for like a normal supply, like cup, lid, straw type of thing, then definitely for something that I'm buying for the kitchen to make it better. But seems like to be the story of my life, always reinvesting and throwing stuff back into the business. And honestly, a lot of that comes from little runs to the store to make the shop more efficient, cleaner, faster, better. And yeah, so long story short, I find myself here a lot.
Wave. In it for keepsake. In the field with the cleat lace. Beat flip with the bare face and a slip tongue. That's what she say. She look good, she a big tease when she bite lip with the wink face. Hella bad when she throwing it back. She blew my way for the team play. For Pete's sake, I'm above average. I padded my stat. I gotta matter what he say. I'm the 2010 young LeBron James with the backboard. Type of bad boy. Hold it down for the task force. If I run his fade, then you ask for it. Cross need to laugh more. I keep it 100 on dashboard. The live show needed passport cause it beat down.
Typical day.
Stars in the Hollywood Hill, the space station couldn't even get in touch with me. I praise faith that I stuck with it. Wave. No, I really can't complain. Everything is straight. I've been on the wave. Where everything I say turn into the real